Man, Under's base is so much more like abandoned warehouse, like it's just thrashed. But their the way their chairs are set up at the round table is actually really cool. I like how it's floating and it gives me this like strong Organization 13 vibe, and I really like that about this chapter. Just in general from seeing this panel, but I did like the chapter itself. I thought it was pretty good in just the general setup, seeing the bad guys. We even got some new faces, which I'm always happy to see. New like big opponents within series, especially like we've gotten most of the under members, but we got like two brand new ones, and the brand new ones, like one of them, like the dude looks really cool. Like the big chapter begins, and as we were, Izumo ends up going over with Under, trading her, essentially becoming a hostage in order for them to just take out the Winter Uma. And while Tatiana is like messing with Andy, like she pulls off his tie, and I can't remember, is the Uma that like takes up his clothes, is that, or was it an artifact? I don't remember entirely off the top of my head, but it does it. Is it based off the tie? Because once it's taken off, like all of Andy's clothes just disappear, and we get the old big black bar censorship over Andy's junk, which is always funny in some of the like. Because the thing that's funny about like scenes like this with Andy is he never really seems to like be phased by it whatsoever. Like he's just standing there naked in the middle of the Arctic, and then it's like he's just like, yeah, whatever. Like it doesn't even seem like something's happening to him. Like it's almost like it'd be like what's that one story, like the King in the Invisible Clothes, where he just assumed he was all good, and like everybody else could see these clothes, but he's actually nude. Like Andy's not even phased by this, and Tatiana's just like, oh my god. Like everybody else is like, I think in this scenario generally that isn't used to Andy would be really weirded out, but. Back to that, like they're got a plan to go and retrieve Izumo from the clutches of Under and to rescue her from whatever plans they've got going on. And then we pan over, we have the Burn Uma just completely, like no diff. The Winter Uma just completely smash it, take it out. It doesn't like there was any fuss or fight there. And at that point, they ended up going back to the Under base. Izumo doesn't seem really phased by what's going on. She's a very polite hostage, and she's just like talking to them and thanking him for keeping his promise and taking care of the Winter Uma. And at one point she's just kind of like hanging out, like excited to see a dandelion. Like she just has no real threat level of like being in danger. And when they they blindfold her rather, they take her back to the base. She doesn't seem really phased by it. It's not a big deal. That's when we roll up to this part with the big crazy like lifted chairs and table. Again, I'm very happy about this. We get this new girl that it seems very happy to see Izumo, like another female to be on the team, and as well as this one dude with like this really sick hat. He looks like a badass. I'm curious to know where like some of these people are gonna rank, because similar to the whole like main character like organization, the whole round table group, and then these guys in Under, like they've got to have a lot of like these other guys have, I think, should be more fighters, because when you look at some of the characters like Latla, the little rabbit dude, they're not like fighters. They're like kind of support with how their powers works. And I can't remember the guy's name that has his power is based around like ammunition. Because I remember Rip, I remember Latla. I don't remember the rabbit kid's name. I don't think we got a name for him. But the gun dude, he's like his power is definitely, it's cool. But it's definitely one of the least impressive when you really look at everybody else's ability. Like when you get into like crazy, like concept stuff of like what they're affecting. Whereas this guy's like, he just seems to have a lot of guns and ammo. Maybe it'll get crazy, like he's able to like replicate weapons that he wouldn't be able to normally carry around, like a railgun or something sick. And then Tella seems strong, but like his power, I don't know how cool he's gonna be. Like, he just seems to be like a sound or a machine based thing. There's like an old person that's there. I don't really know what's up with that. What's going to go on with the really old guy? I'd say my most hyped would be the scoundrel dude. Who I can't tell if it's like candy, like he's got like a blow pop or it's a cigarette or what. But he's got the cut visor. He's got like this sick ass like slick back spiked hair. He looks cool. He looks really cool. The girl, I'm guessing the girl's going to be one of those characters where she doesn't seem threatening at all, but she's actually really powerful. She probably has one of the best abilities, I would guess, out of this group. Something really ridiculous. And the Rabbit Kid, like, the Rabbit Kid, we know at least somewhat of his power. It's like putting these, like, weird, this, like, weird ball substance. I don't know what ball substance is supposed to be, but, you know, it is a weird material that he is wrapping objects and stuff around. But you can probably use it to a greater effect. We only saw it to, like, messing with guns and messing with people's weapons and wrapping up the core of the Automuma, but nothing that was, like, that outrageous. He seems like a pretty decent support character, but at the moment, not a whole lot like of use that he's probably capable of. Like the rest of their group, you would imagine they're all really strong. Like the Rabbit Dude doesn't give me any vibes that he's powerful whatsoever. Maybe his ability is way crazier if we see it used differently, but as of right now, I'm like, what, he'll take like small objects and make it so you can't use them? I don't really know what makes him that useful in that case. Maybe he's like a full artifact counter. Like if you have an artifact and he gets your weapon wrapped up in that weird whatever clay or friggin' foam or whatever the heck he's doing. Maybe if you get those get wrapped up, it's like his whole thing is disarming people's artifacts. Actually, it'd be pretty useful now that I think about it, if it is something like that. I don't know how difficult it'd be, like, if your weapon got wrapped up in that stuff and you wanted to get it off. Is it just stuck? Or how exactly does that work? But the only other thing with this group is they're pretty, apparently, quick to act aggressively. Like, the Rabbit Dude was happy to see Izumo. He was very polite. They had a really nice interaction. But the Gun Dude just decided to turn his arm into a Gatling gun and then just shoot a bunch of bullets at Izumo. That's when Lotley came in, used her power, made all the bullets get redirected. And I'm thinking just like, man, this guy's kind of an idiot. Like, he just pissed everyone off, like, immediately. Like, if he just killed Izumo, it'd be like, well, then what was the point of everything? If no one protected her, you just killed her. We just lost, like, the greatest, like, tool in our arsenal. I feel like if I was Billy, like, even if they have, like, a group they're, like, cool with fighting each other, or, you know, if they have disagreements, if I was Billy, I'd be like, do that again, and I'm gonna just kill you, dude. Because, like, this is actually, like, mission important. Whether they like Izumo or not, she, like, her existence has a mission importance to it of just keeping her around. And, like, her level of power with, like, the whole unlock level of cap of, like, just, we'll call, like, these meteors and calamities down to them. Most people aren't going to be able to deal with that. Most people aren't immortal like Andy or have, like, as crazy of a power, so like they need to keep her safe. And even if they killed her, it'd be like, well, what was your guys' plan if, like, she's just casually expendable? I get that at one point they were trying to kill her, but if getting her over to their side is part of the plan now, they probably, I would assume, have, like, a big picture idea to use Izumo and to access, you know, whatever they're doing with, you know, her power, with her whole unlock power. It was a pretty fast read chapter. It was mostly, like, we got the whole opening where it's, like, prepped up for, like, characters ready to come and save Izumo, as well as getting to know some of the bad guys. I really want to see the delinquent dude. He looks really cool. The new girl looks really cool. Gun Dude needs to go. Like, they need to figure out a way to deal with him. But other than that, though, comment below. Thumbs up the video. My friend, like button, subscribe button, and check out my other videos. But other than that, I appreciate everybody's already subscribed. And I thank you all for listening. Bye.